43-0. That was the final score today in South Beach. And at least for 2019, the Patriots able to put their demons in Miami to the side. I'm Alex Barth, joined by Evan Lazar. This game day edition of the Foxborough Report is powered by betonline.ag. Visit their website and use the promo code CLNS50 for a 50% welcome bonus. Evan, it's a big win.
Yeah.
The Patriots look great, but the Dolphins have now in 2 games allowed over 100 points, scored just 10. How much of this game can we really look at and say, oh, the Patriots are good, versus this just being a historically bad Dolphins team?
How quick can you fire a head coach? Because I feel like
Brian
Flores.
Don't do Brian Flores like that.
I think Brian Flores needs to show something. This team needs to show something here in Miami next week. Some fight. Just and any ounce of anything to kind of show that, yeah, maybe they're tanking. Yeah, maybe they want the #1 overall pick, but they're still an NFL football team, and we're going to still come out here and actually try in these games. Today in the second half, they flat out stopped trying. They tried in the first half. They kept it within a couple of scores. And in the second half, the pick sixes, the whole wheels just completely turned off for Brian Flores' team. For the Patriots, this is kind of like a preseason game. It's kind of like a joint practice. You take what you can out of it.
It's hard.
You get the chemistry that you can. You build chemistry. You get some new guys like Antonio Brown on the field, and you go from there. I'm not going to be nice about it. This Dolphins team is one of the worst NFL teams I've ever seen.
All right, let's start. There's a lot of directions we can go from that.
Yeah.
Let's start with the Patriots offense.
Yeah.
The 43 points a little misleading because, like you mentioned, the 2 pick sixes.
Yeah.
But they did look good today. Especially, we'll have a separate video on Antonio Brown. You can check that out on CLNSmedia.com and on our YouTube page. But the wide receivers, the matchups overall defensively, how tough this team is to match up with. We saw that for the first time today in game action.
Yeah, we saw the lineup of death is what I think we should call it, right? We got Josh Gordon, Julian Edelman, Antonio Brown, Philip Dorsett, James White, all on the field as Tom Brady's 5 eligible receivers in an empty formation and end up going for a touchdown on the back shoulder to Antonio Brown. I don't know if there's any defense in the league that can match up one-on-one with all those 5 guys out there. That's going to be scary. I think that even though the offensive line had some of its ups and downs, Corey Cunningham and Marshall Newhouse, the performance that they had today to come in there and at least not anchor the offense down was mighty impressive. I mean, Marshall Newhouse just got into the building less than a week ago. He told me he actually knows 80% of the playbook already, which I thought was really impressive. Quick learner, apparently, Marshall Newhouse.
That's a scholarly name, Marshall Newhouse. There's something about it.
In general, I understand it wasn't always pretty. I understand that it wasn't as good as you might have wanted it to be. But at the same time, the ability to come in here and not completely torpedo the offense with 3 guys backing up at their positions being in the game is pretty impressive.
All right, now on the defensive side of the ball, that's really where it was impressive. They locked down at one point, saved some garbage time drives for the Dolphins offense. It looked like the Patriots were going to set a team yardage record in terms of fewest allowed. This unit, I mean, I know we kind of mentioned off the top that you have to put a caveat on everything that happened today because of the team the Dolphins are. But I think what we saw from this Patriots defense today, that's more or less who they are.
Yeah, I think the chemistry of this Patriots defense is what stands out the most to me. A lot of talk in the locker room after the game about just playing for each other and playing assignment sound and not taking unnecessary risks. A lot of time when you see guys get burned in coverage, it's because they're trying to jump a route or they're trying to do somebody else's job or whatever the case may be. And this defense, all 11 guys are doing their jobs. When you add that all together, it's shut down. They've given up 6 points since the Super Bowl. No touchdowns since the Super Bowl. Whether their opponents are good or not, is regardless. These are still NFL games that they're playing, and they've given up 6 points in the last 3 games that they've played.
And finally, it is worth talking about. We do have to mention Stephen Gostkowski, special teams, 2 missed extra points, a missed field goal, though it was 48 yards. It was hot, it was sticky, it was not great weather to kick in today, but are you worried at all?
You know what, I'm worried because in the sense that with kickers, it's a head game, right? And once it starts to go south for a kicker, it's like quicksand. They just get buried deeper and deeper in their struggles. That's what you worry about with Gostkowski. I'm not worried about can Gostkowski still come out here and execute the kicks. He can still make all the kicks. The question is what's going on between the ears. That's what it is for me.
So again, Patriots with a 43 win over the Dolphins in Miami. For more coverage of the game, make sure you check out CLNSmedia.com, our YouTube page, and our Twitter @PatriotsCLNS. Breakdowns on the offensive line injuries, on, of course, Antonio Brown, and more. This edition of the Foxborough Report has been powered by betonline.ag. Visit their website and use the promo code CLNS50 for your 50% welcome bonus. For Evan Lazar, I'm Alex Barth from Miami. Thanks for watching.